it's hard. You can't take. You're not gonna really change what's making the character strong. I feel like JP and DJ were probably the two ones who got nerfed the most. But even then, I still think both those characters are still kind of good. So
I think DJ is very good, actually. What is going on, guys? Fighting Game Select is here. We are back again to talk about some Street Fighter 6 action. And I'm here today with iDom. iDom, what is good with you, bro?
What's up? I'm chilling, playing this new patch.
Yeah, bro. Everybody's it's funny. I guess everybody was kind of like in the mindset of that's it for this season 2. Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of people started to like kind of dig in, and like a lot of quality of life changes that I felt like from season 1 really got like nerfed, or like I would say adjusted pretty greatly. And I think now the mind games and a lot of interactions lasts us a little bit long. Like, outside of some characters, people got to hit characters more, which is great.
Yeah, a lot of damage nerfs. I know Luke got really hit hard with the damage nerfs. So I think damage nerfs overall are good. I have a weird like fighting game like philosophy that damage nerfs are like the laziest way to nerf something. But I actually do think some damage nerfs are good. Like the Luke one, it actually did need to happen.
Yeah, dude, I feel like Luke, DJ.
Oh yeah, DJ.
And I guess they kept like all like the big damage characters like as their go-to, like, even though like all the damage nerf, but like Marissa, she still hits hard. Manon, she hits hard when she has like the conditions and stuff like that. And then Akuma hits hard.
Yeah.
So they're all like in that same archetype. But I want to go ahead and ask you this question, dude. How do you feel about the competitive play right now? Is it in a healthy spot right now?
So with all the tournaments happening recently, with all the EWC events, there've been a lot of, good competitive like events. I know the last EWC is like 8 different characters in top 8. I think there's like a lot of healthy competition. It's good to see the players from like all regions playing. America, EU, Japan, etc. So, that's always really good to see. The character balances, is getting better. I feel like season 1 was like a really kind of bad in terms of character balance, but there's a lot of new characters on the come up, and new players showing out.
Yeah, dude. Like I personally like a lot of the system mechanics they did, like how doing certain moves, it builds your drive meter back faster. Perfect parry into back throw. The Okazime is not as strong, and it doesn't take a whole bar. It takes a half a bar now. Like, I think those changes is really, really good, especially, like being in the corner in this game is like really bad, right? So they at least made it work harder for the people to like put you in the corner, and just, a simple back throw is just solving the problem,
Mm-hmm. The perfect parry drive meter nerf is actually a really good change. I do like it. It's still like, it still feels kind of strong. Like, perfect parry is a weird mechanic to kind of balance. I feel like people are just kind of getting like, this is going to happen kind of point in the game. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. The back throw feels less like, the perfect parry back throw seems less like silly. So, it's a good change, but I still want to see a bit more, because like the good characters have side switch combos, and then like you're still in the same situation a lot of the time.
How the game is when you get put in the corner, it's like, if you have a specific amount of drive meter, you're pretty much in a really bad spot, right? And I'm talking about extremely bad. The recovery of like the perfect parry, and they increase the throw range if you're perfect parry recovery. Do you feel like that change is like really beneficial for competitive play? Do you feel the difference, and if so, can we talk about it a little bit?
I like the change. I definitely think it was a good change. I didn't know how they were going to change it, because I still feel like it is kind of like a mind game. The mind game is funny enough still there. So like the mind game that I'm talking about is like, say like Jury does like button in the store, and she's like -4, then like she can walk back, and if you think she's gonna parry, you'll walk up and then whiff throw, and then she'll punish you. So that mind game's still there. But it makes it easier for when you're right about the parry to actually get the punish. So I do think that's good as well. It helps against certain characters, but there are still characters who can still like take advantage of it. The one off the top of my head I feel like is Luke with fireballs, Blanca also, because Blanc,
DJ,
DJ as well. So
because of fate fireballs and things like that.
yeah,
I think what I think was really funny. So you know how like if you're perfect parrying in the corner and the person have you like locked in the corner and you're like perfect parrying, like characters that can like bait your they can like bait your tap parry into like drive impact, and that's like really it's way more easier to do than it was like before.
yeah. I actually do think that helped a lot because the tap parry nerf. So it's funny because I think DI got better this patch, and like the more I've been thinking about it, I think DI is constantly getting better and better. But I still feel like nobody's ever gonna want a DI in tournament because if somebody actually checks your DI, are you gonna DI for $1 million kind of mindset, and it's kind of scary. But I do think DI is actually kind of strong this patch.
A lot of characters that are like they're not the best, but they're like really like solid. They're like average strong. Like I feel like those characters really rely on drive impact a lot. Just especially like anticipating like fireballs. Not trying to be very predictable like their jumps, and some characters have to spend EX dive kick to like kind of get in, but you don't want to get uppercut and things like that. So mixing that up and having like that with drive rush behind it is like really good because some characters can check drive rush really well. So again, having drive impact is kind of like I'll need this at the right moment is like really good. Do you feel the damage nerf, even though you said it's lazy, but are you finding more like opportunities to have chances to like come back from like like those Marissa rounds, or like this is a DJ round, or that's a Ken round? Do you feel like those rounds can at least you could bounce back a little bit because of the damage nerf, even though you say you feel like it's lazy?
Against certain characters, I feel like the damage nerf is actually very noticeable. Luke and DJ are probably, the two big ones that, like, okay, Luke definitely has to hit you more, DJ has to hit you more. Marissa, I still feel like can, evaporate a life bar if she, gets the right hit. But against characters like Luke and DJ, even for Manon, because, like, I would get, like, a lot of light drive rush combos, I feel like you get more opportunities versus her as well. So I think it's good, extending the game, I guess, and making the rounds, instead of 10 seconds to 20 seconds now. So I think that helps.
Yeah, I think it helped a lot too. And, me just playing DJ, man, I'd be like, damn, I got to hit this like 10 times, you know what I mean? But like, it's fun. And I think a lot of the balance, like in terms of characters, like the adjustments that they did for a lot of characters, it really is making me feel like I have to use all of my special moves now. Like I feel like, for example, with DJ, using heavy kick Sobot wasn't really useful, but now they're like, well, if you want to go for like this big old cash out damage, you got to use heavy kick Sobot as an ender. And like I'm like, all right, cool, I get that. Now it has uses of like medium Sobot and heavy kick Sobot, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cool that they balanced it in that way, while also keeping that identity of the character. Because I was really afraid that like, man, they were just gonna start throwing stuff on the screen, right? See if it works, right? But to me, it feels like even though the game is like competitively more healthy, the same characters are really strong.
It's hard. You can't take. You're not gonna really change what's making the character strong. I feel like JP and DJ were probably the two ones who got nerfed the most, but even then, I still think both those characters are still kind of good. So,
I think DJ is very good actually. Yeah, I still think he really didn't like fall off as hard as JP. I think JP fell off harder.
Yeah,
than him. Like, it's crazy. Like I was like, man, DJ got hit hard, and then like I see all the new combos everybody doing. I said, oh, okay, this character's still the same. A little bit more riskier, but still the same. So it's cool. It's cool to have that. JP again. Like I feel like he got hit the hardest because like he got all damage nerf and all combo limits, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that character was always like Mr. Two Touch,
Yeah, JP's weird because I always feel like, for newer players, I always feel like the zoners are going to get complained about the most. So the JP, like, nerfs are kind of, I was kind of like seeing it coming. I was like, this always happened. JP's not surviving.
I know, bro. And what's funny about JP too is JP was one of those characters where like nobody really like looked at him for the first like 2 months of the game, and they're like, dude, like 1 month, everybody was like, nah, JP is where it's at, bro. And that was Kakaru, right?
Yeah.
Kakaru put that character into a perspective that we all was like, man, this character, like Punk said, shout out to Punk, Make-A-Wish character, you know. Now, I want to ask you another question, too. What is your favorite change?
Probably drive reversal being -6. It feels less risky to do, and I do think drive reversal could still get even better. I don't think it's bad at -6. I wish they would change it to -4, but I can understand why that might be, you know, too good. But I think drive reversal being -6 helps a lot.
Yeah, I can see that, too. Do you feel like the wake-up drive reversal is good?
Oh.
Or do you just feel like drive reversal as a whole is just better? Like, it's better to do, like, in pressure than it is to do on wake-up. Like, how do you feel about that new kind?
I don't think wake up drive reversal is that good at all, but I think drive reversal in general, just like, you know, being able to do it, say like somebody does a fireball drive rush at you, you can drive reversal, and like you're not gonna get heavy punished, or like say you think somebody's gonna do button in a drive rush, and then you drive reversal, and like the punish,
that's guaranteed, right?
Yeah. So like the punish isn't that bad even if you're wrong. So I think those are good changes. I still think wake up drive reversal, it kind of doesn't make sense. If you have a DP, you might as well DP. I feel like, because like you're putting more. You're getting damage instead of just like the safe drive reversal wake up. But like I said, if you don't have a DP, is good. But if you do, then I still don't understand the point. You might as well DP.
Yeah, at that point, you get more damage too.
Yeah.
And, you know, some characters get Oki off their DP, so.
Yeah.
And I think with the new drive reversal, you don't get Oki on wake up anymore, right?
So it's kind of
yeah, so you might as well DP and get the Oki, you know?
Yeah.
At that point. So yeah, I like drive reversal a lot because, you know, like obviously the characters, the low force into drive rush, they're spinning 3, you're spinning 2. And you're at the advantage because they have white health. So that means that like you're able to, you know, wiggle that down and potentially get more damage out of that too. And you're also back to neutral if you want to like play neutral and kind of like they have to kind of be aware of how they use their offensive meter, you know? So it really feels like defensive meter is like more apparent than it ever was than like season 1.
Yeah.
And I think that like I think that's why so many variety of characters now, because you know, I've always said the best players always have like some of the best defense, right?
Yeah.
Defensive like plays. And now that those plays are starting to be a little bit more apparent, I think you're starting to see a lot of variety of like those characters because specialists are starting to come out, right?
Yeah. Hikaru with Aki at the last DreamHack Sweden did really well with Aki. And you know, I know they've been playing Aki for a very long time, so being able to show off, you know, all the Aki stuff, because wake up drive reversal I think helps as well because you just more options to mix in.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to cover wake up drive reversal and her EX teleport together.
Yeah.
Like I feel like depending on certain setups, it's very hard to cover both. So I think having those two together is like it makes her very strong, right? So I can see now being able to like maneuver with that, or even when she throws like the fireball and she can EX teleport behind it and things like that. Like that's really good, you know. Stay out of the corner, and her walk speed is already good.
Yeah. And
so it's cool.
The drive reversal also, you know, being able to just drive reversal knockdown into, you know, fireball drive rush is still, you know, insanely strong. It's free pressure at that point.
Yeah, dude, it really is. Like you can't even jump.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you just gotta sit there. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, the character's very strong. Do you feel like there's any toxic characters right now in the competitive environment?
I still think Ken's pretty toxic. I stand by. I think Ken's never. It's hard to really change the way Ken works in this game, but I think Ken's still pretty toxic. I'd say Guile a bit as well, but to be fair, I never liked Guile since like Street Fighter 4, so might be a little biased there. But I think Ken's toxic in the game, Guile, and probably Blanca still? I still think Blanca's a bit toxic too.
Dude, I want to ask you this question. How do you feel about Kimberly, man? I feel like she's like that sleeper that nobody talks about.
I said last season I thought Kimberly was bottom 5, and I still think Kimberly probably like bottom 5, bottom 7 right now. I still don't think she's that good.
Yeah, you don't think she's that great?
Nah.
Man, I like her. I like her new combo routes, man. Her new combo routes brings a new kind of fresh experience.
Her combos are great. I think she's a cool character. I like when I was playing like the betas and when the game first came out, she was like one of the characters I was having the most fun with. But on a competitive level, I don't think that character is that good.
Yeah, it's because of the damage is just too low
Yeah.
to be fighting in that environment. Yeah, I can see that. I think those, in my opinion, I think that competitively is a lazy design where like, oh, the character starts off really weak and gets stronger, but obviously her level 3 carries over.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like it's 2 rounds, so like, how are you going to take advantage of that? You know?
Yeah, we gotta start exploring with the 3 out of 5 rounds tournament. I'm telling you, that's actually
Yo,
that's actually
that's the new level. That's the new level, right? Dude, I feel like the tier list would change because of 3 out of 5.
Kimberly, Manon, all those characters are gonna get way better.
Dude, 5 medals at round 1. like Jesus Christ, like round 2, round 3 is about to be a clinic. Overall, like, but you enjoying it. You're enjoying the game more. Like, are you having fun more with the game?
Yeah.
Are you putting more time into it now that it makes sense to do it now?
I think the game is getting better and better. I feel like it's hard to make something worse. Like you're gonna constantly keep improving.
There could be. There are some games that went downhill, bro.
It's rare. It's very rare that a game gets worse. But
I agree.
But like I think 6 is gonna keep improving. Like this is only season 2. Season 3 is gonna be better. Season 4 is gonna be better. So
obviously, Street Fighter 6 had like a rough season 1 in terms of like character variety, but then like now seeing it's like getting off the roof. But I gotta give props to Tekken, man. They bounced back real quick.
Oh,
seems like the patch that they had, like a lot of the pro players are happy, and that's all we want, right? Like pro players happy,
casuals happy.
Bring more casuals happy. Everybody's having fun and like no negativity talking about fighting games. I'm praying one of my New Year's resolution. If one day the internet never says anything negative about their favorite,
impossible. Actually impossible.
I know, dude. We can make that possible, bro. The only way we can do it is get rid of Twitter. But anyways, overall, so your thoughts? You enjoying it?
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it as well.
I'm excited. Like they changed a lot of the stuff. There's still like minor stuff that I would still change with 6, but hopefully in the future seasons they change. They changed some of my like minor complaints, but overall, like I said, game's getting better.
I hope the casuals and the fans are happy as well. And with that being said, iDom, where can they find you?
Follow me, iDom NYC on Twitter. Follow Twitch, the YouTube, iDom FGC, iDom_NY. All that good stuff.
Awesome, dude. And with that being said, bro, thank you so much for having us, for coming through. And let me know in the comment section below, guys, how do you guys feel about the Street Fighter 6 competitive play, even for fun? You guys rocking the people in the battle hub. You guys are having more fun with fighting Giant Akuma. You guys let us know in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.